Hello YouTube. So I meant to put up some videos earlier this week, but I couldn't. And the reason is I had thrown my back out, pulled a muscle basically. Now, some of you who I've talked to on Stickcam will know that about 2 years ago I had a very bad injury to my back. I had to have surgery on my back. I had a lower lumbar disc that was doubly ruptured and split in the middle. It was essentially like having two balloons reaching out and pushing into the nerve column, pounding it down. And at the same time it was spewing fluid out that was making it stick. So I was getting no relief in my back. In fact, the pressure on the nerves was causing pain in my legs. To this day, every now and then I'll get a phantom pain in my right foot. Now, I had to have surgery to repair this, which meant spending about 4 days in the hospital on a morphine drip the whole time. And I tell you, I don't really remember much of those days. I don't really remember anything like between the time I was about to go into surgery when they gave me anesthesia and knocked me out basically, and waking up in the hospital. And even when I was conscious in the hospital, it was kind of an in and out thing because of the morphine drip. Like I said, those 4 days are kind of like one big blur. My best story about it is the Man in the Iron Mask was on television. And I woke up one time, middle of the movie. Passed out again. Woke up another time, beginning of the movie. Passed out again. Woke up another time, very end of the movie, passed out again, woke up again another time, the part between the very end and the middle. So, watching this whole movie completely out of sequence because I can't stay awake long enough to watch it all the way through. Funny thing is that when I got out of the hospital, went home, the first thing I saw on television, The Three Musketeers. Now, after having had the surgery and being bedridden for 4 days, the muscles in my legs had atrophied to a point. So essentially, I had to relearn how to walk, which introduced me to a couple of new friends of mine. My walker. This is my walker. I used this for about 2-3 days after my surgery to relearn how to walk, basically. As you can see, I've got it pimped out, the tennis balls on the back stops, because let's be honest, if you're using a walker you might as well have tennis balls. And to be more realistic, my back was too weak to lift this thing off the ground very high, so the tennis balls helped me get around. And the second is my cane, which I started using after only a couple of days because, let's be honest, at 25, which I was at the time, walking around on a walker is a little more of an indignity than I was willing to stand. The cane was bad enough, but at least it's a nice looking cane. I didn't get one of those weird medical looking ones with the crooked arm and, you know. Funny thing though, I've had this cane since I was 11 or 12, I can't remember. I was in the 6th grade. The cane has a funny story behind it, actually. You see, in the 6th grade was the last year of my elementary school. But in the 6th grade year, we had a class trip. We went to San Antonio, Texas. Got to see the Riverwalk and all that. Well, one day we made a nice little trip down to a Mexican border town. Just kind of to shop. A couple of us bought whips. I bought a whip, but it was kind of cheaply made, and within about a year it was completely unraveled. All of us bought switchblades, which the teachers found out about and took away from us. Now, mind you, we got the switchblades over the border. You know, the illegal weapons, and we got them over the border. This was not the kind of switchblades you're thinking of, the legal kind. We're talking about the truly illegal kind of switchblade. And, you know, here we are, a bunch of 6th graders running around with the, popping knives out at each other. But another thing that was even crazier, a good friend of mine at the time bought a cane very similar to this one. Same head, same kind of wood. But instead of simply the head unscrewing, it also unscrewed in 2 different places so you could collapse it, pack it in a bag. But in his, there was one specific difference, that how it made it through the x-ray machines on the border, I don't know. You see, when you unscrewed the head on his, where mine is just wood, his was hollowed out. Had a nice little vial in it. Mind you, the vial was empty, but it was a vial with a cork. Now, as an adult, the intent of that is pretty clear, but at the time, we all thought it was cool. My friend is calling. Okay, sorry about this. Got a phone call from friend GroozzlyAdam here on YouTube, who's in town to visit today, this evening, and gotta go do some rescuing. So this has become an impromptu driving vlog. Sorry, the camera's a little shaky. My previous driving vlog rig is trashed, so it's going to be a little bumpy. Okay, where was I? Oh yes, the cane. Now, I already told you about the switchblades being abducted and my friend with the vial. So, the next day, back in San Antonio, we all go to the farmer's market because the teachers wanted to go to the farmer's market. None of us really wanted to go. While we're at the farmer's market, we all find nice little canes of our own that look almost exactly like the one he has. Same head, same type of wood. Only ours didn't split into 3 sections and no hidden vials. So we all end up buying our own canes. So essentially, here I am, a 6th grader with a cane. And I never really get to use it until I'm 25. And I injure my back. Have to use it. Wow, this is bouncing around a whole lot. You're probably getting motion sick from this. We'll have to get our good friend Adam here to explain why you have to experience the motion sickness. So I'll just turn the camera off until we get there. So while I've got you here, Mr. GroozzlyAdam, why did my vlog have to be cut short?
Because I had a flat and I changed that, but once I got into Fayetteville, I needed an escort to help me get to the Firestone.
Not that kind of escort, folks.
Yes, not that kind of escort.
Oh, nobody thinking that way this here.
Yes. That's kind of it, I mean.
Okay. You're sure?
Yeah.
No other reasons?
No.
Okay. He couldn't. Yeah. Anyway. There you go. Hey, GroozzlyAdam, folks. He's commented on a couple videos. Hasn't made a video of his own yet. We're not sure why, but we've been trying to get him to.
I should. You might see me again soon.
Yeah, he's leaving the country next week for 2 years.
Very interesting.
It's great.
Fascinating.
He's got a big head.
I do have a big head.
And I'm not just talking about the size either.
I can't wear hats. I can't find any that fit me. I'm not even joking. Stop laughing at me and my big head.
Sorry, I'm shaking the camera now because I'm laughing at you. Laughing at him. Look at him. He is laughable. Look. Gigantic cranium. Yeah. Bye.